Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glorifications to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to the hopeful elect. And this video is going to be a response to this article that came out on my news break. Tioni Theus, teen's body dumped on the side of the freeway like garbage. Family demands answers. The death of 16-year-old Tioni Theus has left friends and family with more questions than answers. How does a 16-year-old girl end up shot on the side of the freeway and there's little community outrage? Asked the family of Tioni Theus. And before I read further, I'm going to play this video.
16-year-old whose body was found on the side of the 110.
Restart it.
More questions and answers tonight about the murder of Tioni Theus. She's a 16-year-old whose body was found on the side of the 110 freeway 10 days ago. And tonight, we're hearing from Tioni's family.
Fox 11's Christina Gonzalez live for us in South LA. Christina.
Yeah, and the family, this happened 11 days ago when you think about it, and the family knows little more than they did back then, so they have concerns that there isn't the kind of outrage or resources being put into an investigation of really what is in essence a 16-year-old girl shot in the neck and left on a really busy freeway. Watch.
It's horrible. I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
Rashida Kinsey talking about the death of her cousin, Tioni Theus. The 16-year-old's body was found near the Manchester on-ramp to the 110 freeway in South LA on January 8th.
We didn't know, what happened to her, if she, was hit by the car on the freeway, and then that's when they let us know that she was shot. So that was devastating to find out that Tioni was shot. Oh my God.
I really miss her the most. She used to be like funny and fun at the same time.
Her dad owns a shop down in Inglewood. She was last seen with her dad. She was picked up by a young lady that still haven't came forward, that picked her up that Friday night saying that they were going to a party. What type of situation was she in that someone would even shoot her?
She explains that Tioni's mother is recuperating at an assisted living facility from a serious hit and run. Tioni, who had been involved in golf and doing well in Centennial High School, didn't take it well.
Once that happened, it was unbearable. She didn't know how to take it. She was a straight A student before this happened to her with her mom, and that's why I'm standing here today, because Teresa's not able to.
So family members have been holding vigils where even LAPD Chief Moore is asking for help.
She has people who loved her, people who cared for her, but we also know that there's those that took her life, and we're asking the public to step forward.
But again, it's not LAPD investigating this. It's actually CHP. We have reached out to them trying to find out more about what's happening with the investigation. In the meantime, the family hoping the girl who invited this young woman out to the party will come forward. I'm Christina Gonzalez in South Los Angeles. Back to you in the studio.
So, that's the video. I'm gonna read a little
More questions and answers tonight about the murder of Tioni Theus.
Salakia. So yeah, this is, what the same thing the video said. She was found on the side of the freeway. They don't know much. Theus was last seen January 7th by her dad when she told him she was meeting a friend to go to a party. The 16-year-old had been staying with dad since her mother was placed in an assisted living facility to recuperate from a serious hit and run. The straight A student, according to family members, who loved dance and was pretty good at golf, started hanging out with friends her dad didn't know. It was an Instagram friend, he told investigators, that she was supposedly going to a party with on the Friday before her body was found. Who does this to a 16-year-old girl, leaving her dumped on the side of the freeway like garbage, said family members. Fox has reached out to the CHP for more information on the investigation and is still waiting to be provided additional details. So hey man, that was, a terrible judgment from Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai on that Jake woman. And and they said, who does this to a 16-year-old? Well, that was the terror of the Lord. The Lord is no respecter of persons, roughly paraphrasing the scriptures. And through the Spirit, if you've been paying attention to the news lately, here in Los Angeles, there's been a lot of judgment going out on women. Just about 4 days ago, or maybe a little more, a young woman, she appeared to be an Edomite, but I perceive, it's possible she could have been a Jake. She was working at a furniture shop in downtown, and a fucking demon ass Jake just came in there and stabbed her to death. And they recently caught him, but after that, they filmed him just buying stuff at the 7-Eleven like nothing happened. So that's the spirit that's out here, a spirit of judgment, a spirit of death, and it's only gonna get worse. So now I'm gonna jump to the scriptures. I'm gonna start with this, Ecclesiasticus 26:10. If thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through overmuch liberty. I'm gonna keep reading. Verse 11. Watch over an impudent eye, and marvel not if she trespass against thee. Salakia. So yeah, that was, that could be applied to this young woman. She would have most likely been counted as a shameless daughter. She was abusing the liberty that her father gave her to go to these parties and meet people off the internet and through social media. And look what happened. She's dead on the side of a freeway. The article said she was meeting friends that her father didn't know. Going to these, sketchy parties, and nothing good goes on at those parties. Probably adultery, drugs, who knows what happens at those parties. And then the woman that took her, now she doesn't even want to speak, because she knows she fucked up. She doesn't want to show her face. So and also part of the blame is also on the father, because he was allowing her to be out and about. That's why the scriptures specifically speaks about that. And this is what happens when you stray from the laws and commandments of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And next I want to get this. Well, actually, next I'm going to grab this as well. Ecclesiasticus 26:12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he hath found a fountain, and drink of every water near her. By every hedge will she sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow. And I believe this could also be applied to philosophies, right? When drinking from these fountains, drinking of this other water, unclean water, which is not the wisdom of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So we don't know what kind of beliefs this young woman was developing. Also, she will sit down and open her quiver against every arrow. She's going to be basically receiving any of these men out here, these wicked two-third ass Jakes. And that's most likely what happened with this young woman. She met this dude. She met wicked ass Jake at the party. They had a good time. And when he was done with her, he just fucking discarded her right there by the freeway. And that's the judgment of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. That's why the Lord must be feared. And I'm also going to jump to this, Micah 7 and 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it. Shame shall cover her which said unto me, Where is the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the streets. So, that's exactly what happened to this young woman. She was trodden down like the mire of the streets on the side of the freeway. And that's the spirit that's out here right now. There was also an elderly woman, a nurse, that was killed by a guy. I think she most likely punched her and killed her, left her in the hospital, and later she passed away, from these wild ass jakes that are running around. That's also why more of the reason that you should fear the Lord, and seek for that mercy, because you never know when that judgment could come upon you. That's what those of us that are in this truth, Lord willing, will be of that number. We hope to be exempt from that judgment, to be covered by the blood of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. So and that's what's going to happen to all these 2/3. They're going to be trodden down. And also I think I should probably end off with this, 2 Timothy 3 and 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. Verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy. That's what I wanted to focus on, the disobedient to parents. And this young woman, she was disobedient to her parents, maybe the fathers or the parents might have not even said anything, but either way, if a parent that brings up their child in the laws and statutes of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, and for us in this truth, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, they can be seen as our spiritual parents, because they're giving us that guidance, just as a father that cares for his sons, which the Lord is our Father. He cares for us. He gives us these rules, and for example, this young woman, the father it seems like he wasn't giving her any rules, and that's why she was able to run amok, and that judgment fell on her, So this is what's going to happen to these 2/3, and when those of us that are in this truth, when we get chastised, we have to try to understand that it's because the Lord loves us. He's showing love to us. A parent that he might whoop his kids for disobeying, for doing something wrong, but when that happens, it's because they really care about you, because they want you to stay on the right path, on the straight and narrow. They don't want you to be like these wicked ass 2/3 out there, So that's pretty much all I had on that. Lord willing, it made sense. Lord willing, it was edifying. Once again, I'm going to give all the praises, honor, and glorifications to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this truth, and salutations to the Akim and Akwath of the hopeful elect. Shalom and DTA Abar Babal.